grip is tightening on bad driving.
He's going through the traffic lights. He's been at RTA.
For many people, enough is enough.
One man's crusade to highlight the perils of dangerous driving by filming the aftermath of serious accidents. That's police camera action tonight at 8:30.
Good morning. The Ulster Unionist leader David Trimble is to have urgent talks with Loyalist prisoners today amid fears that the Loyalist ceasefire could be broken. Mr Trimble's visit to the maze near Belfast comes after Loyalist prisoners withdrew their support for the peace process. Some Loyalist politicians are threatening to pull out of the negotiations. Sonny Bono, best known for his singing partnership with Cher in the 60s, has died in a skiing accident in California. Bono was 62. He turned to politics after his pop career to become a United States congressman. Here, a woman from Kent is still fighting for her life after being struck by a falling lamppost during the storms, which have killed 2 people and injured dozens. More rain and snow is forecast today, bringing fears of further flooding. Thousands of homes are still without power. Well, that's all for now. I'll be back with more news in an hour.
Hello, good morning. The latest national news of Wales now from HTV. A Welsh mother is making a final attempt to get back her twin sons who were abducted by their father and taken to Tunisia. However, Pamela Hamilton from Caerphilly says she's pessimistic about her chances.
A new year offers little new hope for Pamela Hamilton. 18 months ago, her sons Adam and Nathan went on a weekend to see their father, but he took them to his home country of Tunisia. Since then, Pamela Hamilton has been battling through the Tunisian courts to bring them back to Caerphilly. Today, she should receive a final decision, but she fears the courts will not decide in her favour.
I'm not very hopeful at all because my experience with the Tunisian courts has always been that they're more in favour of my ex-husband because he's Tunisian and the children are Tunisian when they're in this country.
It's been a heartbreaking time for Pamela Hamilton, who only has limited access to her sons.
They do want to come home more now, and they're realising that their life out here isn't so comfortable.
If today's decision goes against her, Pamela Hamilton says she'll take her fight to the European courts.
Families evacuated when a chemical tanker crashed are stepping up demands for compensation. 1,000 people had to spend 2 nights away from home after the accident at Cadoxton in Barry.
Just over a week ago, people living near a chemical plant got a chance to face a threat they didn't know existed. A tanker loaded with potentially explosive chemical overturned. Residents spent 2 nights either with friends or in emergency accommodation at a local leisure centre. In return, they were offered £50 per family for each night spent away from home. Many are not happy with that amount. Those who spent the night at leisure centres say they could have gone to hotels and then reclaimed their expenses. But nobody told them. Tonight, they're holding a meeting in Barry to seek more compensation.
4 leading Welsh rugby players are being committed for trial today following a brawl in the Swansea nightclub. Wales international Neil Jenkins and fellow Pontypridd star Dale McIntosh have been accused of violent disorder and assault in February of last year. Dale's brothers Shane and Dunban's Joylee Vatayaki face similar charges. They deny them all. Around 600 people packed a meeting last night to oppose plans to close an old people's home. The owners of Plas Coch in St Asaph say it's not viable as a nursing home and want to turn it into a mental health unit. Denbighshire planners could give it the go-ahead later today, but local people say they're worried about who they'll be living next to. The fight for cheaper electricity is hotting up. British Gas is about to step into the ring as it launches its own supply service in Swansea this morning. The company claims it can undercut Swalec prices by around 13% a year. Finally, on to the weather. The morning will start off bright, however cloud and rain will spread in from the southwest. Winds will be strong and south to southwesterly, and some of the rain will fall as sleet over the hillier ground in the north. Temperatures reaching a high of 8 degrees Celsius in the southwest, with only 5 degrees in the northeast. And those are the headlines. We're back with our next update. That's at 11 o'clock. Until then, a very good morning to you.
Wednesday, Survival Special journeys to a remote place where a remarkable achievement was made. To domesticate the African elephant was considered impossible. But this is the story of the men who did it and their fight to keep the project alive, despite everything the human and natural world put in their path. A magical place. Garamba and the Impossible Elephants, Wednesday at 9.
It's time to join John Stapleton now on HTV for more in-depth discussion with his studio audience. Today, schoolyard bullies and how to beat them. In the time, the place.